Hello and welcome to episode 195 of Thrive by Additive-Free Lifestyle. We're Tracy and Jo, two sisters who are very passionate about asking questions and seeking information for things that make us curious. Thrive is a podcast show that will help you lower your toxic load, guide you through various stages of life, and give you permission to ask questions and seek advice on topics that you may not understand. Today's episode is brought to you by our course DIY Made Easy, because often our recipes in DIY Made Easy call for filtered water, which is why this episode is so aligned with DIY Made Easy.
Absolutely. They go hand in hand with each other, don't they?
They do.
What I loved about this episode was, we both invested in a water filtration system a few years ago, and we often get asked a lot of questions about it when we share it on social media. So we wanted to record an episode that would answer a lot of those questions for you guys, but also get you thinking like, yes, okay, I didn't think about water. Okay, this is my next plan. This is my next step. It's done, something that we, years before we put a water filtration system on. So I don't think you have to do everything overnight, I guess is what I'm saying, because sometimes we get a little, I'm not doing all the things.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully, like we say in the intro of this podcast, it's just about getting curious. It's about asking questions. It's about seeking further information and just really raising awareness on all of these topics to be like, okay, yep, I'm going to save up and that's going to be next on my list. So we really hope you enjoy this episode. The whole aluminium thing blew my mind.
Wait for that.
I hate that. I hate that additive. I have recorded a shorty episode on aluminium. So if you haven't listened to that, go back and have a listen to that.
And if you don't want to know what's in your water, then don't listen in, because it's pretty disgusting when you think about it.
That is true. Oh, that's my computer. All right, we will let you get into this episode. David, thank you for joining us.
No problems. Thanks for having me, Joanne and Tracy.
Very, very welcome. So David's from Great Water Filters. And before we get started a little bit, can you just share a little bit about yourself and your company and what they do?
Yeah, sure. Well, Great Water Filters has been around for about 27 years. My friend Paul owns the company. The head office is in Melbourne, but we're Australia-wide now. But I actually started out in the industry with him. And yeah, it's been a journey, but certainly water filtration is a lot more popular now as compared to back then. It was actually a bit of a hard sell back then. But now
I can imagine
more and more people wanting water filtration.
I was going
why
to
is
say
that, do you think?
Oh, sorry, say it again.
I was going to say, why is that, do you think? Why are more and more people wanting to filter their water?
Look, I think at the end of the day, people are doing a lot more research. There seems to be a lot more people at home. They're on their computers. They're doing their research. They're affected by the water, especially on their skin, and people sort of they don't want to drink chemicals anymore. So, yeah. There's always been people that have purchased our water filters, but it's just, the last 3 to 5 years has been a boom,
It's interesting you say that, because when I worked for the government, we had those water stands in corridors around. And so I was drinking clean water.
Yeah.
And when you drink you come home, you drink the water at home. Before I had a filtration system, and you're like, oh, this tastes bad, because you get sort of used to what you've been drinking. So it's interesting you say that, because we probably do go to work and drink fairly clean water if they've got, those water bubble machines and different things. But then, at home, we're realizing, oh, my water tastes funky.
Yes.
Well, I'm excited to hear all of the juicy details. I'm a bit scared as well as to what is in our water. I just moved into a new home and I haven't put the system on the house yet, because I'm waiting for a plumber to give me a call to install it. But the cool thing about, we'll get into all of this, cool thing about your filters is that you can use them when you rent, you can use them when you move home, because I've literally just taken it off my home and I'm moving it to my new one. And the dip, I just can't believe how smelly of bleach my water smells. Like when I wash up, I actually thought maybe like the dishwashing detergent had changed or something, because I use the same one, and it's not. I have a shower. It just, it's awful because I'm just not used to it anymore. So what are some, I guess, top chemicals that you would find in normal tap water?
Yeah. Well, as we all know, like our water starts off okay, from dams, and I mean, some water does come from bores these days, bore water, and our rivers starts off okay, but then it's parking through farmlands, and so there's a lot of pesticides and herbicides and bacteria. So I mean, the water authority's job, their actual job is really to disinfect the water. And so, of course, as consumers, we're drinking the chemicals they're adding. So they add chlorine to the water to kill the bacteria, because, of course, they don't want us to, be sick from the bacteria. So, but hence that's why water filtration is important, because we're drinking the chemicals, and the chemicals are going on our skin. There's other additives as well, but that's the main one people want out of the water.
And also, it's coming through pipes. There'd be rust, sediment, all sorts of who knows what sediment in dirty pipes and all those sorts of things as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I know we've just recently changed ours, and there's 3. So you have 3 tubes, I guess, and they start out crispy white. And as you know, the 3 of them, it goes through the 3 filters. The first one was so brown and so slimy and gross, and then it goes through the 3 of them, pardon me, before it gets to us. But it's the taste difference and everything, it's you can't beat it. I highly recommend it.
Okay, so that is one. What else is added?
Look, they do add alum sulfate, aluminium, and that actually, this is at the filtration plants, that actually flocculates the water, so that drags all the dirt to the bottom, so then the fresh water goes over the top. But we're getting a certain amount of aluminium in our water as well, so heavy metals.
Okay.
Also, they do add fluoride to the water as well. And there's more and more people today, especially the last 5 years, I've noticed there's a lot more people not wanting that in their drinking water as well.
Yeah. So your filters, do your filters filter out all, like, talk to us about that, all of that? Like how far are we filtering our water here?
So we have our Elite Series 5 whole of house system. So that's normally mounted on the side of the house. It can go at the meter as well, depending on your pipes. And that filters all the water going into your home, through your showers, through all your taps. That will sort of include your side and back taps for your garden as well. So that's really designed to take out your dirt, your chlorine, your pesticides, etc., heavy metals. It will filter down to 1 micron, but that will only take out a small percentage of fluoride. So if people want to take out all the fluoride, they can put a reverse osmosis alkaline system under the sink, which you girls have, and that'll take out the finer impurities like fluoride. It's such a fine chemical.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I love that people can, if they're renting, they can still do this. Ours definitely sits at the water main. It's not on our house, so it sits at the front of our property, actually. And we often get comments of like, what's that silver box over there? But it's sleek, it's small, it doesn't take up yard space. Like, it's actually really great.
Yeah. It's not too big and bulky, and it's nice with the stainless steel cover as well.
Yeah. And it's really, really simple for anyone wondering to change the filters yourself. We just order them in and we change them ourselves once a year. Super easy.
Yes.
Yeah. which is really good because I know a lot of people ask, so how do you change the filters? Like, do you need to get a plumber every time? No, it's really, really simple. I can do it myself.
Yeah, let's try. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people think that they can just need to filter their drinking water. Well, that this was the mindset I was in anyway. I have had drinking filters forever, but only from the supermarket. And I'm not sure they were even doing much, but I knew I had to filter something. And I never really thought about it for the shower or anything else. So that's really interesting. Can you talk to us about the benefits of our skin and our body?
Yeah, I get a lot of families, they call me and they're very concerned about the chemicals on their skin, especially for the children with eczema, and a lot of adults have that problem as well. So the chemicals are bad for the skin. So they love the fact they can take that out and have a fresher shower. And also I get a lot of people actually say that the chemicals affect their hair. Especially in the Perth area, I've had a lot of people ring up and say that their hair is falling out because of and it's probably because of the chemicals. So
wow.
But really, it's important to have that as well for fresher showers.
It's so important. I live in a suburb here in Hobart, and I won't name the suburb I live in, but I live in a suburb, and on our Facebook suburb little group thing, there was this whole thread going a couple of weeks ago around, is anyone noticing this bad taste in the water and this high fluorine smell in the water? And so many people underneath were like, yeah, it's in my street. Yeah, it's in my street. And I'm like, not in my street, not in my house, I should say. But they were doing extra treatment of the water for some reason. I don't know what. And then a few people underneath were saying, oh no, I've got a filtration system. And so then I was brave enough to go, I've got a filtration system as well. Because people sort of do look at you a bit weird. But the other thing on that was just pay attention to the water you're drinking. Like, I know when I go to different suburbs, if I'm in an Airbnb, I actually travel with a filtration jug now, because I cannot stand, the taste and everything. And I think it's really important to understand how it affects our skin and how chlorine affects our skin. Our skin's our largest organ in our body, and it's a great defense to help our system thrive. And when our skin is affected, then our internal system becomes affected as well, because it's part of the process of keeping our bodies healthy. So we need to make sure our skin is healthy, and understanding that chlorine that's bombarding it. We're washing our clothes in it potentially, then we're wearing our clothes all day, our underwear, all of those things that are highly close to sensitive areas in our body. We need to be understanding that all of this can play this chemical impact in our lives. It's really scary, actually.
Spot on. Yeah.
So what are some things that people can do if they don't want to put a whole system on? Like, is there something that is a bit lower on in the budget that can help the starting points?
Yep. Yes, we have obviously our whole of house system, but we also have our under sink systems as well. So if they, with their budget, if they just want to start with an under sink system, that's very affordable. And they can always add the other one later out on the outside of the house. Our Elite Series 3 reverse osmosis alkaline, that's our most popular product out of all of them. It's fully plumbed in under the sink with a separate water filter tap.
That is so good. How often do those filters need to be changed?
Well, the beauty with our, as you ladies know, with our company, we have you on our system. So we'll send out a reminder every 12 months. So we recommend you change them every 12 months.
Okay. And the one under the sink as well?
Yes, that's the one under the sink and also the one on the outside. So we guarantee the cartridge life for 12 months. So then, as you were saying before, Tracy, they're quick change. They're really simple to change. They just screw in like a light globe. Like when I started out in the industry, I was a service person, so I was going all those old-fashioned systems, and they used to build up the suction and leak and everything. So I was the one going out there and fixing them, and it was very labour-intensive. But we've made it very user friendly for the customers now. We don't, they don't need a plumber.
Yeah.
So if I go back to
exciting.
talk about other, and I don't want to bag out other filtration systems, but my fridge
Yes.
filters water.
Yeah.
Is it filter? I guess I'd need to look at that, maybe filter, but we've got jug filters that we can buy at all sorts of stores. We've got shower filters that you can screw into your shower. Are these worthwhile having if you can't afford an entire house filtration system?
Yeah, for sure. We do have the shower filters, and they serve a purpose. They'll take out a lot of the chemicals out of the shower water. They just screw onto the shower head.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we do, depending on people's budgets, that is another option for them, just to get them through with the showers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then those fridge filters they're fairly basic.
Mm.
We do also have you can add a chiller box to our water filters as well if they want chilled water under the sink.
Okay.
Can you? Oh,
Yeah, would you like one?
yes. Yes, our new fridge doesn't have. Yes, please. I'll have one. Thank you. That's very good.
No problem.
Yes, definitely. That's been a big topic in our house. Everyone's really peed off because we don't have cold water. So that, yes, thank you.
Well, you've moved from a colder area to a warmer area, so I can understand you.
I know.
Do you have hot?
I don't
Do you
get
have hot
cold
ones?
water. I don't get cold water out of the tap anymore.
I want to know if you have hot ones. Can we do cup of tea ones, please?
Yes, we do. We do. You can add the chilled and boiling together, or just chilled and the boiler, which is very good as well.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
The kettle.
That is so cool. Is this what, like, you know how when so in our shower in our new house, it's got like a build up of definitely not soap scum, like it's not rust, it's water. I don't know what it is.
Like
I don't
hard
know.
water.
Help me
Is that
out.
what they call it? Hard water? Something about hard
Yeah,
water?
yeah. If there's sort of white specks, it's normally it's high calcium.
Mm.
So, like I know in certain areas in Australia, especially sort of Western Australia, even in Adelaide, the water's quite hard. So, and that white substance is normally the high calcium. Yeah,
Right.
our house system has a water softener on it. It's called the Vortex. And what that actually does, that's a permanent fixture on the system. You don't have to replace it. And what that does is changes the molecules in the water, so you have less scale build up over time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Awesome. That'll be interesting because I know a lot of people will suffer with that. If I do, then other people in this area and other places obviously will as well. So
yeah,
see how we go there. Oh, that's
so I've got another question on that then. If I'm filtering my house, so I've got house filtration, of course, then I'm watering my gardens. They're not being bombarded with heavy metals and pesticides and things in my veggie patches and things like that. But with that calcium buildup and those types of things, scale buildup. So is that going to help things like my washing machine last longer or my dishwasher last longer because it's not getting this sort of water through it, that dirty water through it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'll preserve all your appliances and, water servers, washing machine especially. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And we've renovated our bathroom since we've put the filtration system in. And I can say, and so we squidgy down our shower at the end of each shower, but we have zero buildup in our shower of anything. Like, it's so clean. And we've just renovated. It was an expensive bathroom. I won't say how much. It was a little bit expensive. And I don't want it wrecked by, all of this other stuff that can bombard and wreck it. So yeah, that's interesting that you say that because I never actually put that together. So that would probably be part of the reason why it's still really, really clean.
Good question.
Yes. Yeah.
So I have a question as well. We've got a water tank which services our toilets and washing machine.
Yep.
Does anything get filtered from there? Because the bottom of the toilet bowl gets quite brown very quickly because it's coming from rainwater.
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of customers that just have tanks alone, and they use that for drinking. But yeah, that same whole of house system, you can put that on your tank as well, and that actually filters all the water going to the home as well, and can be used for your garden as well.
Oh,
So
that's
would that
cool.
mean you need 2 filtration systems, one on your water mains and then one on the tank?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, sometimes
Yep.
the plumbers can, depending on your pipes, they can hook it up where it's using mains water and tank water. But most of the time, we sell to people that say they're on a property and they just attach the whole of house system to the tank. And because it's untreated, they also get the UV as well, which is
Yep.
actually finer bacteria. But there's a lot of
What's the UV? I don't know what that is.
So the whole of house system that'll filter out any bacteria down to 1 micron, but there is bacteria under 1 micron that could slip through. So what people can do is just add like a UV, and that's more for drinking. It's not going to matter so much if it's just using it for your garden.
Mm-hmm.
But that any E. coli or anything that may be in the tank, because a lot of tanks are not clean. I mean, I was brought up in a dairy farm in country Victoria, and we had I think green moss in our tank. I remember didn't have a filter either, but
did your dad? Because our dad used to say to us all the time, "It's the cleanest drinking water you'll ever drink. It's straight from the from the rain."
It's straight from the creek that would have had cows walking through it.
Absolutely, yep.
In my little brain, I still remember as a kid thinking, but wouldn't there be a lot of dust up on the roof and in the gutters, and then it comes down into the tank? And Dad's all, "It's the cleanest drinking water you'll ever drink."
Yeah, I think we had frogs jumping in ours. Well, Dad would just say, he was a farmer, so he'd just say, add to the flavour.
Yeah. And did you ever get in the big tank and swim around?
No, I didn't go that far. I think we played under the tank. But I remember our bath water, because it was pumped from that was actually pumped from a dam, not even out of the tank, and that was brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did too.
Any filtration now is a luxury for me, that's for sure.
The perks of growing up on a farm, hey?
Yes, yeah.
Look how robust our gut health would be. So robust.
Yeah, I'd say our immune systems are pretty good.
I reckon they're pretty good, yeah.
Well, it's also interesting, and I think it is very important for somebody to think about that isn't filtering their water. And something that Tracy says all the time is if it's not getting filtered, then us as the human is filtering our water, food, whatever it might be, and our body is having the impact, and then we are getting very damaged gut health and a range of different problems going on that could possibly be happening because we're just consuming too many chemicals for our body to handle. So this is one simple way, super simple. It's literally to get a plumber to come and install it for you to reduce your toxic load.
Yeah.
Yep, spot on. Yeah.
Can I just ask, you probably already answered this, with people that might live in apartment blocks, units that can't, that don't have a main, would you just suggest like your water filter and then under sink osmosis filter? Is there anything else you would suggest for people that can't fit a whole house system on?
Yeah, we'll go for the under sink system, and then they can put a shower filter in as well if they want to.
Yeah.
Which will take out a lot of the chlorine.
It'd pretty much do it all, really, wouldn't it? Because the rest would just be toilets and a few taps. Yeah,
that's exactly right. Yeah, and look, but we do sell a lot of water filters to people in apartments, because you can actually, if they've got their own private main, like water meter, I should say, that they can still put a whole house system on.
Yeah, because some you see at the front of a block, they have all the mains pipes, kind of 15 of them coming out of the ground and back in the ground again to each individual apartment. But I know what Joe's saying, maybe those big high rises, I'm not sure about those.
No, that's right. Yeah, sometimes it's just you can't do it, but yeah.
And with bath water, does the shower filter, can that go on a bathtub?
Yeah, we have the bath filters as well.
Oh, okay. Yep. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you many options. So much. We have got a discount code. Thank you so much for offering that to our listeners, which is $50 off the whole house filtration system. Is that correct?
Yeah. So with your group, $50 off any product.
Oh, wow.
Putting under sink as well. And that's $50 off the current promotional price. But with your group, we'll always make it the promotional price. So it'll never go up, but you'll always get this $50 off any product. And
Oh, wonderful.
the beauty is with your group, your customers, and all our customers actually, if they refer a friend, they get a $100 coupon as well. So say one of your group comes in, they buy a product, they've got a neighbour, a friend wants one, well, the person who referred it will get the $100 coupon as well, which goes towards their next lot of cartridge replacements.
Yep.
And
Wonderful.
it can also go to if they upgrade to another product. So say they buy the under sink system, and then 6 months later they want to buy a whole of house, they can put the $100 towards that upgrade as well.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a good saving, because we all do talk to people, don't we? When we're really happy with something, we just automatically share these products. And so if you can get your filters for free every year just by recommending an amazing product,
that's right.
How good's that?
Yeah, spot on there. That's why we're sort of doing a lot more of that now, because we realise that, as you ladies know, word of mouth is best form of advertising, isn't it? So
it really is.
Then it's up to us to provide a great product and service.
Yeah, well, we're definitely in love and we're huge advocates, and thank you for doing what you do, and thanks for coming onto the show to share your information with everyone.
No, we appreciate you letting us on too. Fantastic. And you girls are doing a great job with the additive-free lifestyle. So,
no, thank you. That's really nice.
All right, well, take care, and I'll be in contact soon because I really need that plumber to come out.
Yeah, I'll get on with it. I know who you're talking about.
All right.
They get a bit busy, but we try to get the job done fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, understandable. All right, thanks so much.
Thanks, ladies. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.